now at the tragic deaths of 2 Black men who died while experiencing mental health crises. Both of these stories contain graphic descriptions of violence. We begin here in New York, where protests are continuing after a jury Monday acquitted subway vigilante Daniel Penny in the chokehold death of the street performer Jordan Neely on a Manhattan subway train last May, finding Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. Neely was just 30 years old and a beloved Michael Jackson impersonator. He was unhoused, he was hungry, he was crying out for help when Penny, a white former U.S. Marine, attacked him, pinned him down on a subway train by the neck for 6 minutes. Neely's family has separately filed a civil lawsuit against Penny. Neely's father, Andre Zachary, was removed from the New York courtroom Monday after protesting the not guilty verdict, along with others. Zachary spoke from outside the courthouse.
I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either. It hurts. Really, really hurts. What are we going to do, people? What's going to happen to us now? I had enough of this. The system is rigged. Mm-hmm. Come on, people. Let's do something about this.
For more, we're joined by Christopher Neely, uncle of Jordan Neely. He was in the courtroom during parts of the...
All right, so we're about to hear from Unc, okay? So we're going to hear from the Unc and see what he had to say. Now, remember, the daddy said, what are we going to do? What are y'all going to do? Because I don't think y'all told me. What y'all going to do? All right? The system is flawed. It's all racism.
Trial. Thank you so much for being with us, Christopher. Our deepest condolences on the loss of your nephew. And I'm so sorry that as you were in the courtroom, you had to see over and over again what happened to your nephew.
Yes.
Can you share your reaction to the verdict?
I was totally taken aback. It was very hurtful. It was so unexpected. Friday, before the judge sent the jury away for the weekend to tell them to have a good weekend and think on their verdict, we had people in the jury fighting for Jordan Neely. They were fighting for him. People believe that Jordan Neely should have been alive today. A lot of people did.
Tell us about who Jordan was. I know you brought something that is very precious to you, that was precious to Jordan.
Yes. Jordan, first of all, he was my sister's son. He stayed with me and my sister. We grew up in the house together. He was just a wonderful kid. He loved sports. He loved art. He loved to dance, and he loved to play chess. Like, I've been a chess player for a long time, and on my free time, I would play with him, and he really enjoyed the game. He liked to dress up. He always liked to look in the mirror and dance with the microphone, get his colors, anything shiny. Anything shiny.
You brought a Michael Jackson jacket?
Yes,
Can you show it?
Yes, I did. This is a remake that that I got Jordan when.
Look at that. That was nice. That was nice. What y'all think? You know, he was keeping the jacket for him. And his sister, where's she at? Where the mama at? Anybody know what happened to his mother? We seen the daddy. We see the uncle, which is his sister. Where's she at? What she got to say?
And he was maybe 25, 24, 25. I think he wore like 2 or 3 times maybe. My mother kept it in the house. This is off the, I got this made off this Michael Jackson soundtrack, Leave Me Alone. At the end of the video, this is the jacket that he had on.
You can hold it up.
Sure.
Wow. So for our radio listeners, Christopher's holding up this gold, red, and black, what you definitely identify with Michael Jackson jacket.
Yes. Yes, these are the buttons. It took a while to get it done, but they did a great job, I think. This is the back of it. I loved it. It fit him perfectly.
Many New Yorkers, when Jordan died, shared videos of Jordan performing as Michael Jackson. He was very well recognized. You, Christopher, as Jordan's uncle, would go around the city looking for him sometimes. Is that right?
That's
Subway stops, bus stops.
That's correct. Anywhere I can find him, the bus terminal.
Is that like trying to find a penny in like you went around New York trying to find one person?
Wherever I think he might be, like if it's cold, where he might be at, or whatever the case might be, especially when I found out that he was smoking weed. That was the first thing I found out about him. He was smoking weed. So I wanted to get on him about that and staying strong and just like, coming home.
Can you talk about how the police dealt with what happened? How the police dealt with the man who killed your nephew and what happened on that day, what you came to understand?
It was buddy-buddy. I mean, when you look at the interview, it seems like they were buddy-buddy. They were leading him into finding out what occurred, but after they found out what occurred and they knew that he was dead, they still treated him like buddy-buddy. He was a Marine. The officer was an ex-Marine, ex-military. He treated him like he was his friend, his buddy or pal. No handcuffs, no nothing. That's just unheard of.
We're talking about Daniel Penny, the ex-Marine. Very different than what happened just in this last week as we witnessed this nationwide manhunt against the killer of Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare.
The Jordan Neely case at all. They actually let him go. They let him go.
They let Daniel Penny
Yeah,
go.
we had to fight for
You
justice.
put him in a chokehold, even when he said that he was defending the other passengers from your nephew.
Correct.
Many passengers were saying, let him go.
Right. A lot of passengers, if you listen on the video, a lot of passengers saying, if you keep holding on to him, he will die. You know, you had a guy that called his wife that was from the military that was just giving him some advice on what to tell the guy that was holding his hand. And nobody listened. Nobody listened.
Has the mayor's office, has Mayor Adams, who is a former police officer himself, has he reached out to you and to your family?
Not at all. He didn't come to the funeral, the wake. He didn't. All he's been saying is,
did Al come? He's right there too. Why wouldn't we be asking him that? Did that lady with the big mouth from Black Lives Matter come? Now, I didn't watch this trial. I don't know nothing about what happened. So I hear some people saying that some people did say that you need to let him go. And, you know, I'll let y'all say if that's the truth or not in the daggone comments. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you looking for Mayor Adams, and I don't know if that's what a mayor is supposed to do. Shout out to Big Tiff. But where was the Black Lives Matter that's now here, now that he's deceased, beforehand? And you ain't got nothing to say about them? Did they come to the funeral too? I'm just asking questions. I'm just trying to see what's up. That's all. Shout out to Will Quill. I appreciate you, hon. He said, where was y'all at when he had, where was y'all at when he made the top 50 homeless at risk in not the New York City homeless list? Why should we care more than y'all did? We are supposed to care as well. That's a part of SYCBM, gentlemen. SYCBM.
Justice was served for the city, especially after the verdict. I mean, everybody heard him. I'm not even giving too much attention to Eric Adams. He's just, to me, just a straight creep.
So right now there's a lawsuit against Daniel Penny by his father, Andre Zachary.
Correct.
And how else are you moving forward?
Any way possible, like the way it was done, like this, just the trial. I really appreciate the prosecutors. I really appreciate everybody that helped, but I want to move forward in a way to where hopefully I can get the federal government involved somehow, some way. That trial just was ridiculous. I've never seen anything like that. You know, you got a top charge. They take the top charge off without even letting anybody from the family know about that, and try to get him on criminal neglect, homicide. And then that didn't work. And then when you ask the district attorney about how much time he would get if he was to get convicted, from the beginning, when this first started, for me, I was involved deeply with the district attorney's office and trying to find out what time is he going to get if he gets convicted. They told me 19 years for manslaughter in the second degree, which is the max, and criminal neglect homicide, the maximum is 5 years. I said, well, how much would he get on the top charge? They told me, I don't think he might do a year or two, or he might get probation. So if that's the case, how much is he going to get for criminal neglect homicide? Oh, he's not going to do no time. So I already knew from the beginning that he was probably going to do no time. So this here, I was just hoping and praying that we would get some justice, but we didn't get no justice.
Democracy Now! Is funded by...
Well, you know, rest in peace to Jordan Neely. I'm not saying that he shouldn't not be here, because I'm not a believer in taking other people out unless you absolutely do something wrong, and then you can go to the DP. But we know no one wants to believe in the DP, but they want to believe in the AB. Listen, you can say whatever you want. If anybody has ever been in a subway, rode a subway and rode it regularly, there's all kinds of crazy ass people in there. But that is the main transportation source in daggone New York, unless you want to sit in traffic for your whole damn life. They didn't want to do anything, meaning the police couldn't do anything, but the lawmakers didn't want to do anything. They want to make sure that everybody can do whatever the hell it is that they want, and everyone is just supposed to be happy about it, and everyone's supposed to be understanding, and everyone's supposed to give everything to everybody, and everyone's supposed to care about everybody. And this is one of the reasons why Donald Trump won and the Democrats lost, because they don't understand. They're not trying to understand. They don't want to hear. People is tired. I'm tired. People is tired of it. Okay? Stop taking from those that might have and thinking that we're supposed to give our all to other people when ain't nobody giving us shit except a hard time. But that's just my 2 cents.
They know better than to feed me anything because I do not care.